All right, round one, we're going to keep this hand. Don't have a white mana, but we still get to go Companion to Brawler, which is good. Opponent says hello and good luck. We have been scattered. Well, if we draw white now, the crop mate can bring that companion right back. All right, cycling for days. Curious what their second color is. I guess they don't even know, huh? They don't even know what their second color is. So we can potentially really punish them here with Companion. Yeah, because if we get in with both, we get to exert the Brawler and untap it. Seems good. Okay. Okay, green-blue. Oh, it's actually pretty reasonable here. All right, another green mana. So this typically does happen. I think it's the universe trying to test my resolve of playing my 8/8 splits, because it always does this. It always punishes me for my decision either way. I play 9/7, I never see green. I play 8/8 split, I only see green. So the universe is just, it feels like with Magic, the universe is just constantly testing my patience. What do you get from this again? Pre-combat main phase, you remove it, put a thing on it, draw a card. Constantly, constantly, constantly testing my patience. Okay. So I guess we're back on the creature plan. I can compulsory rest a beast, smash with this, exerting it. But I think we're just going to play the shepherd and pass here. I don't really want to trade my brawler for a beast. And we have Trial of Solidarity, so might as well get as much of an army as we can here. And compulsory rest can deal with that, with whatever enormous fatty we're going to have to deal with at some point. Okay, so now we got to deal with that. We're just going to replay our shepherd. Okay, another fatty we're going to have to deal with, so we're in pretty serious trouble now. Our opponent would have been just put away easily had we seen that white mana. Here it comes flowing now. So our choices are... Probably just set up for a trial play, huh? I guess that means... I can't just kill my opponent, right? I wish I could. Can I... I'm so close. You know what's funny is how close I am to killing my opponent. Because if I could play... If I had one more white mana, I could pacify this with rest. They're tapped out too, so it's perfect. Do that. Exert this. Leap it. Trial it. So 5, 7, 9. Instead, I think we're just going to rest the Drake now. That's going to add up to 3. It's still going to be lethal even with the additional 2, I think. 5, 8, 10, 12, 14. Yeah, I mean, we can definitely do that. So I think our play is Gustwalker, rest, pass. Okay. Definitely want them to tap out. Okay, so they have 2 mana left with the Vizier, 3 mana. Take our medicine here. No tap out makes me a little bit sad, to be honest. No tap out makes me a little bit sad. Well, we're going to have to go for lethal here. Don't like it. Don't like it at all. So trial, leap, companion is the play, I guess. Well, at least we play around Gale Strike number 2, I guess. Okay, cool. Still managed to get there. Leaving that 3 mana up with a card in hand after untapping it made me think they had something spicy they were waiting for. But managed to get there, which is nice. So Stinging Shot still kind of deals with Angler Drake. Not as well as I would like, but I still might consider it. Like I could play it over... Well, I'd probably like the Spidery Grass more, I guess. I mean, we can race Angler Drake. Obviously, we can race Angler Drake, we just did. So do I need Stinging Shots? I mean, they're blue-green. Did we see any other flyers? No, I mean, it seems like they're ground beats. So we have good answers for fatties. We have Compulsory Rest and Cast Out. We have hard removal for that. So maybe I'm just supposed to not worry about Stinging Shot yet. If I see more flyers, I will. And just leave it as it is. See, for aggro decks, the choice between something that can deal more damage to your opponent versus something that just kills something, you always want this something that can deal more damage to your opponent, because every single point of damage matters. Okay, we're going to mull this one. The main reason is we have no creatures, and it's a 5-lander, so no creature plus 5-lander to me is a mulligan, even on the draw. That's just too not doing anything. This one is much better. We'll keep it. I'm going to bottom the land, though. Okay. Let's get that lifelink and cat out there. Bitterblade Warrior was a good rip. Are we going to get scattered? I guess we'll find out. It would appear so. Vizier. All right, so we can attack into it because I'll trade a Mighty Leap for a Vizier. I don't want him ramping too much. All right. Not looking good, but it's only because we had to mulligan and we're drawing a bunch of lands. All right, I'm going to take 2. All right. Can't do anything about that. So compulsory rests seem to be something that's going to be really bad in this matchup, because not only do they have Angler Drake, but they also have bounce spells like Winds of Rebuke and Gale Strike. I guess Gale Strike a little bit less relevant, but yeah, still just an incredibly bad board state that we're in right now. Just honest to God, doing nothing. Doing nothing. A lot of it too. Whole lot of nothing. Ample time to just put our opponent away too. They've just done nothing as well. Vizier and Giant Spider, Vizier. No fatties, and yet our threats are some 1-power creatures. All right, getting more stuff countered, which makes me sad. Let's keep going. I mean, aggro losing to Essence Scatter is heartbreaking. Just heartbreaking. I guess they can just untap the spider with the Vizier. Well, actually, that's okay. All right, so compulsory rest is just straight horrific in this matchup. I honestly, at this point, I just want to cut it. This was one of the uglier games, I think, that our deck versus this deck could have. This is like one of the ugliest outcomes, I think, that are even possible. Just us doing nothing while our opponent does nothing too, yet still wins. Like, even despite the horrific flooding, we're still somehow in this. I guess the flooding, somehow our opponent with 2 Winds of Rebuke managed to just mill spells too. That's not going to help later. So yeah, I'm still trying to actively think about what we're going to cut for these compulsory rests. They're just too bad in this matchup. Just too horrible. Who knows? Maybe we'll get lucky and our opponent just milled themselves out. We only have to do, 13 turns. I guess all considered, we're about perfectly average of how many lands we should have seen. The problem is, even though you're perfectly average on how many lands you should have seen, if you see them all in the beginning and you're an aggro deck, you're screwed anyway. So even when you're seeing exactly as many lands as you would expect to see through halfway through your deck, if 7 of them are in the top 12 of your cards, what are you supposed to do? So can we survive for 8 turns? Probably not. Well, that helps actually. It's kind of nice. So I guess we go attendant and pass. Well, let's see if they block with their reach guy, I guess. I've got vigilance anyway, so it doesn't matter. I'm not going to tap it down. Alright, they do block it. We'll play the attendant and pass. God, I hope they deck. That'd be so sweet. So guess our plan is double block the Angler Drake. Oh, that's interesting. Guess we're just trying to survive here. I don't think those cards are going to go to my opponent's graveyard. Hmm. We actually have to do the cat here because I need to chump again and then I can tap something. I guess we double block here, chump there. This fan bear is not doing all that much, is it? So what are we swapping compulsory rest for? That is the question. Not 100%. I'll have to figure that out. But our opponent's deck is slow, like I said. The fact that Essence Scatter is getting us when we're like 2-drop dot deck is... Essence Scatter really only matters to us in the absolute beginning of the game. Outside of that, it's really not that intimidating. I mean, at this point, I'm just trying to drain my opponent's clock down as much as I can. How much damage can I prevent? Not enough, is that right? Looks like we're dead any way you slice it, huh? Oh, wait. 4, 6, 8. Yep, we're still dead. All right, bummer. Bummer. All right, so super awkward. That whole game was just incredibly awkward. Player relevant things, no creatures. So let's get rid of the rest. Unfortunately, they're just the worst card in the game in this match. Could just bring in another 2-drop. And then I guess a Stinging Shot. I'm not even playing Evolving Wilds. Why? Ugh, it's so annoying. All right. Cut a green for it. Alright, let's try this again. So I'm going to have to change that between rounds. Alright, we'll keep it. That was a good draw. Are we going to play around Essence Scatter? I can. Question is, do I want to? I kind of do. But then I should have, I guess, played Cartouche. Alright, I'm going to play around Essence Scatter. So I should have at least played Evolving Wilds. Yeah, we're in pretty sick shape now. So we exert twice. Getting for 9. Play Companion. Pass, tap Drake. Although I guess they have Vizier, but that actually doesn't matter. They can untap it with Vizier, and we can just tap it again on our turn. So still irrelevant. That's pretty sweet, too. Well, let me think about this, actually. Maybe, yeah, I should have just... Well, no, I guess it doesn't. No, I guess the issue now is... I see what the issue is now. Because they can choose not to untap the Shimmer Scale Drake, too. They also have 3 cards in hand they can untap something. If they have Winds of Rebuke, though, they have to tap out to do that, which means they're dead. So let's just Spidery Grasp the Gust Walker. And then Mighty Leap the Companion. And there's no 1-mana bounce in this format. All right, looks like we got there. So Drew, very reasonable, very, very good, actually, in Game 3, which we needed. And our opponent had, well, I don't even know if we successfully played around an Essence Scatter or not, so I deliberately held back to play around Essence Scatter. So even the fear of Essence Scatter played well against us. But, yeah, finally got to play a Cartouche for some early extra damage. And then just tricked our way in there. So, all right. See you in round 2.